Want to help me make this a happier and healthier world? Like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to work with me, go find me at ryanspence.biz. Hey everybody, Ryan Spence here. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about my experiences with COVID, which is not a video that I ever thought I would shoot when starting my YouTube video several months back. But I think it's just worthy of just sharing what my experience was and, take it for what it's worth for you. Hopefully it does help provide a little bit of positivity, maybe a little bit less worry, whatever that looks like for you. So at first, I just thought I had just a little minor cold. I did not even think that I had COVID. A few days where I was working my day job, and then in the evening I was doing my coaching work and doing a lot of interviews right now to help me with building my new class I'm building. And at the end of the day, I feel a little fatigued and tired, and my throat felt kind of a weird swollen, like just like fatigued and tired, more so than like a scratchy sore throat. And so at first I thought, well, I'm just overdoing it with my job and my side hustle and all that. So I just take it easy. And things weren't really getting better after a couple days. Granted, I was still not quite taking it easy as I should have, but I was trying to wrap up a bunch of things before I headed to LA. And so I had a big trip planned to LA on the Thursday of that week that I was really excited for. It was going to be my last ability to really take a trip for several months, and it's something I really love to do every year, is make sure I get a chance to go out to Southern California and see the ocean and hang out on the beach for a little bit. It was Thursday morning at 6 a.m. that I needed to get ready to leave for my flight, and I still felt just a little sick, but not super sick. And I decided to go in the Google checker to check my symptoms. And it turned out I had like 4 or 5 of the minor symptoms of COVID, and it said, hey, you should stay home. So fortunately, that gave me a little bit of help in making my decision. But however, it was a challenging decision because I didn't think I was that sick. I didn't think it was COVID necessarily. I was also going to lose potentially $500+ for my Airbnb, which, unfortunately, I had to do the moral decision or forfeit some money was really a challenge for me, as I think it would be for a lot of people. So that was a challenge, but I'm glad I decided to stay home. I got tested later that day, and then the next day I did find out I did indeed have COVID. I kept my days off from work. So I had like a 5-day weekend and just kind of took it easy. And really, I didn't feel that bad when I was taking it easy. I did still have a little bit of fatigue, but really for the most part, since I wasn't doing a whole lot, I wasn't working out or anything like that I didn't feel too bad. And in some ways, actually COVID didn't feel like half of a cold, because for me, colds just really hit me hard, like as far as not being able to sleep very well, being incredibly congested, really sore throat, feeling swollen and stuff like that is really, really annoying. Part of the ways, at least for my experiences, obviously there's been tons of variance on people's experience with having it, but for me, it wasn't too bad. It was almost just more of a massive inconvenience with, not being able to go on my trip. I had to push a bunch of different appointments that I had around. It caused a little bit more stress in my life, just having to figure out, well, how do I do this from home? But as far as staying home, for me anyways, I'm a professional hermit. I'm a little bit more introverted, so that side of it wasn't too difficult. Again, just my experience. So going into my symptoms, again, I mentioned that fatigue was kind of the main thing that I had, and it wasn't debilitating, but it was just something where it was just kind of lingering, and I did kind of need a nap a little bit during the day or lay down. I would sometimes take a walk and not necessarily feel winded, but just not feel really good. I mean, walking outside and, having a mask on and stuff like that. So other than that, I was completely in the house and everything. That was just inconvenient to not be able to kind of do the normal day-to-day stuff. But obviously there's way worse things that could happen from that. So fatigue, there's a little bit of minor body aches at first, but really didn't have that much. Very minor coughing, and again, didn't have that very much. But fatigue, a little bit of headaches in the morning. Or if I was doing too much, like when I did try to go back to work the next week and, was talking more, then I was starting to feel a little bit of the headache, starting to feel fatigued and tired and needed to like kind of nap in between parts that I was presenting on. So that was, again, a little bit inconvenient with work, but again, most colds are inconvenient, and most sicknesses are inconvenient, but especially something like this that's kind of a big deal right now. So Those are my really experiences around the symptoms. Again, I'm not trying to push any agenda, tell you what to do or what not to do. Again, we all have our own worldviews, way we see the world. Me personally, I'll just say that I definitely support, wearing a mask and social distancing when you can. Again, I'm not saying you need to do that, but I would encourage you to do it if you're open to the idea, because I feel very confidently I know where I got it from, and it was a place where people were not social distancing and not wearing masks at all. And the rest of the summer, I've had no knowledge of having contracted it, going to places on patios, and wearing masks and such. But this place was definitely not being quite as responsible, or the patrons there weren't being very responsible, and the restaurant wasn't seeming to enforce it as much, at least I would like. But obviously it was my choice to be there, so it's my fault for being there as well. But fortunately for me, it really ended up being kind of a minor cold with a lot of inconvenience for me. Obviously, some people have it a little bit better, and some people have it a lot worse. So, but with that being said, I just hope that this video brings a little less anxiousness and a little bit less worry about just anything going on in the world. I'm fine. Hopefully, if you've had it, it wasn't too big of an inconvenience, or hopefully you don't know too many people that have had it. But anyways, I just want to share my experiences from it. With that being said, stay awesome, and I love you guys.